Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to the beautiful Pacific Northwest. I just got done fertilizing the upper grass field on the other side. Now we're going to fertilize this one, and we'll be done with the grass fields up here. Actually, we're done with all the grass fields until next spring, when we get to fertilize them one more time. So we're running on 15 times speed. I'm waiting for the silo bunker at the BGA to ferment into silage so I can take care of the Total Mix Fractions mixer. We're going to do that today. But also we're going to seed, I do believe, the two fields up here. We're going to do the same wheat and barley combo. That's my plan anyways. Actually, scratch that. The wheat field is still going to be wheat, because that's going to be the feed for the chickens. The barley field, which was barley before. I want to check the pig food mixer. Just to see what it does take. Maybe we'll just mix up the crop a little bit. That wheat field that we do for the chickens is always going to be wheat, I think. One, it's cheap, and I'm feeding to the chickens, and two, it produces well enough. So that's what I want to feed the chickens, is wheat. I think wheat is going to be the most productive and cheapest grain to feed to the chickens. So we'll kind of save money that way, if that makes sense. I also may take some of the liquid manure from the cows and bring it over to the bioprocessing plant, just to make sure that keeps running. Since it produces at a much slower rate, I got to make sure that keeps filled up for the entire winter, kind of, in a way, and make sure it's always running, so we can get kind of a storage of the materials that we need. And it's basically artificial fertilizer. But the good thing about it, I mean, if we run out of artificial fertilizer, we're going to have enough of other materials like digestate and slurry that we can fertilize fields with. So it's not that big of an issue, as far as I'm concerned. And we don't have that many fields right now to begin with. And as you know, right now, we're pretty much in the stage of just kind of paying off our loan at the same time as buying more equipment still. But no plans on borrowing any more money. So if I don't have it to buy it, I'm not going to try to borrow it. So I got to kind of plan ahead of like, okay, I need to save this money in our bank account so I can buy, like, I actually remember the name today. It's the Big X, which is a forage harvester for the grass field down below. Alright, so the John Deere we're kind of done with. Yeah, this John Deere, I probably should have a front weight on it when I'm doing this with the fertilizer. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to have to park the fertilizer. I'm just going to park this back here for now. Usually I park the fertilizer spreader in there, but since we're getting ready to seed, I think the seed drill may need, it might need fertilizer, I don't know. This is not like Farmer's Dynasty where you can unload the seed drill, so I don't know what's left in here. Quite a bit actually. So let's go to beautiful wheat. I think we'll top it off just to be sure. Let's see, how much? 4,000? I mean, should I just top it off just for the heck of it? Yeah, if I need it, I'll come back and get it. I'll make it interesting, won't it? At least we'll have a full tank of wheat. Well, I shouldn't say a full tank of wheat. In Farming Sim, it's just a full tank of seed, because you can just change it to whatever you like. So we got our beautiful New Holland T8, which I am glad will be in FS19. And yeah, I turned this a little bit too hard there. Better hop in cab. And the gate should be closed. And I'm wrong, it's open. Shows you what I know. Now let's unfold the Cathedral. I'm going to start down in this corner because it's a little tight down here, as you can see. Make sure you get back far enough. Lower the bridge. And there we have it. Getting ready for next season. I do like seeding in the fall if I can, just because sometimes winters, depending on how much snow you get, can drag on into the spring, and it slows down your harvest for the next season in the fall. So if I can seed in the fall, I will. Because usually sometimes in spring it can get just a little bit busy. Well, I mean, really in Farming Sim you could always slow down the time to ×1 and it's not that bad. And this is why I went with the extra horsepower T8 for this Cathedral. I think we're 200 horsepower over the recommendation. But as you can see, that little hesitation is autosave. Yeah, it does slow it down to 8 miles an hour when it's supposed to seed at 12 on flat. So you can imagine if we went with a regular horsepower, what it recommends, it probably slow it down to like maybe 3 or 4 or lower. Who knows? Looks like the other farmers are seeding their fields as well. Or is it just cultivated? I can't quite tell. So I'll get a good headland in. Sometimes you need 2 headlands though. Kind of see what I did last year. It looks like last year I just did 1 headland as well. Now once I get the headlands in, I'll set up GPS and we'll get to cracking on this field anyways. This will probably be known as the wheat field. Then when we get over to the other field, I'll probably have to check to see. I think there's 4 different kinds of grains that the pig food mixer can take, which what I would assume is wheat, barley, rye. And I'm just going to say it's probably spelt, maybe? I would think. I haven't seen the message come up yet that the bunker silo is just about done, but I may have to slow down that time because it is getting to be close to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I may slow it down just to ×5. Then I can speed up time just a little bit when I want to go get silage for the Total Mix Rations mixer. Alright, let me, that's not going to work that angle. That's going to work though. Make sure it's on auto. Somewhere right about there. New. Just gonna do that, that. And there we go. So I'll be seeding this for a little bit. But like always, as you know, I'll bring it back when I'm just about done. And like I said, I bring it back, and here we are, making the last pass. The T8 with the pedal down to the floor, trying to pull the Seadrill up the hill. I can imagine what it'd be like if, because that hill over there where that crop is growing or is ready to harvest, that hill looks really steep. So I can imagine what it's going to draw this down to if we ever get to that field and buy it. I think we probably will at some point. I don't know, because like I said, FS19 is coming faster than what you think. I got 2 months. Can we buy all these fields? First we got to pay off that extra 1.2 million debt that we need to pay off to the bank. But yeah, as you know, in Farming Sim, 1.2 million once you start to get going isn't that much. It is when you first start out, you know, every $100,000 seems like a lot. I got to come back over to this side of the field. There's a couple spots that I kind of missed. The auto width was off just a little bit, and I narrowed it and it fixed the problem. It's not big spots, but my, you know, OCD is going to kill me if I don't take care of these. So let's take care of these little patches here. One little patch there, and I think there's one down here somewhere. Or then again, maybe not. Interesting. I thought there was one down here. What do I know? Alright, so I need to lift it up, and of course I need to fold it up. If I haven't mentioned yet, the bunker silo just finished fermenting. I got the speed down to ×1. It was 9 minutes past the 1600 hour where the bunker finally was fermented. So let's close the gate, because we should be done in here this year. Unless, and wheat does kind of do this, if it could pop up tomorrow, being the 4th day of fall. So maybe we'll fertilize it. That should only be the first fertilizing stage though. I'll just double check on that. Where are we here? Yeah, this is one stage of fertilization. You can see our grass fields are in stage 2. And of course this field, probably next spring before we get to it. Because we don't have the Seadrill that we need to plant. So I just left the gates open. That's interesting. And yeah, I'm trying to knock them down because, you know, my awesome driving skills. I decided to keep barley in this field only because I got barley in storage up here. And like I said, I kind of need to move that anyways. So instead of like having 2 trips with a trailer or the train, I decided to keep it barley again. So we'll put a headlet in, give us some space to turn around. I am loving this combo with the T8 and this horse Seadrill. It's the right horsepower. It seems like it's the right Seadrill for the fields that we have. No, I want that combo. Actually, you know what? Let's do this, please. Nope, I need that as well. Make sure it's still on 9. 9 seems to be the right width for this, even though I think it's, when you do auto it says 9.2, but that's not quite right as far as I can tell. Yeah, that's all good. I think it's on too. Should be on. Yeah, the sheep says it's on, so they're good. So slowly but surely the cow's health is getting back up there. Seems like this is the second winter that we're going into where the cow's health, well, I don't think it's bad as last year. I just haven't had time to go back to my videos to see when the cow's health declined and why it did, but even if I did see where it was like at 80%, then it went down to what, like 59%. I may not see what caused it. What I didn't feed them, but as far as I know, I fed them everything and water and all that stuff. So I'm not quite sure I know what happened there. Let's see. I think, yes, I will do a headland up here because this is going to be a little bit too much of a tight area. But in real life, fall has arrived kind of where I live today. It's, as I'm recording this, it's 49 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Cloudy, you know, drizzly rain. One of those kind of days. You know, a fall, you know, breezy outside. Trees are starting to turn like they have here on the Pacific Northwest. Just one of those days outside where you look outside and it's like, you know what? I really don't want to go outside today. It doesn't feel that cold outside, 49 degrees, but yeah, it's still really early in the morning, so I'm sure as the day goes on it may warm up and get up in this, you know, mid-60s or whatever. Right now it's like 49 degrees, drizzly rain. But after we finish seeding this field here, we will head on down and I think hopefully our Volvo truck is down there with the trailer. We'll head to the BGA, got to get some silage, and head to the mixer and fill that up. 55,000 liters worth. And then we'll bring the JCB along with us on the way back. Get the bale spike on there. We got to get the cows some straw. They don't desperately need it today, but the bar is in the orange, so we'll be there. We'll give them some straw, and then we'll bring some straw and some hay to the mixer. Got to keep that mixer going and make sure the storage for the mixer is always full. I know on my last map, though, it seemed like I could never keep up with power food or total mix rations, but then again, I did have hundreds of cows. I was constantly keeping that mixer going, and I had to use a silo to store the power food because I think I had to use like 250,000 liters to fill the cow's trough every 3 days, something like that. I can't remember how many cows. I want to say 380, 390. I was getting close to 400. But my last few times I played on that map, I was getting kind of bored with it, only because the bank account was ridiculously high. It's like, yeah, I really don't care about the cows no more. If they run out, they run out. I always make sure they had food so they wouldn't die, because I was running seasons on it. But when you have something like 60 of those wind turbines on your map, I could do nothing to earn like $2 million a day on that map just from the wind turbines. On this map here, though, we're losing pretty close to 12 grand a night. So, and I'm not sure if selling milk at midnight would offset that right now. And right now, before I started recording, I checked the prices on things. Seems like the price on everything was just correct. Although the rye is not a bad price, it still could be better. And I'm not in desperately needing of buying something right now, so I'm just going to hold on to it until there's a great demand, or until we need the cash to buy something. I really don't need to buy anything for the farm until, oh, let's see, it's going to be like, you know, the 4th day of spring next year where we need to buy the Condor or Seadrill. The modded one I can buy, that will do corn and sugar beet. Because we need to plant that because I want to have pigs next year. So we can start, you know, they can start breeding, doing their thing. We can start using the animal trailer by, you know, selling off animals and start making more money off animals. Making money. And every 3 days we'll have to take care of the, you know, the cows, the chickens, the sheep, the pigs. And in between, actually do some farming. So that's the one good thing about Farming Simulator, I think, is you can kind of control the time of the day. So like if you don't have that much to do in a day, it's like, oh, today I just got to do this much. You can play it times 15, times 30. And on some days, if you got like so much to do, it's like, wow, I better play it 1 time because I got to harvest 4 fields and winter is going to be here and the crops are going to die. Like right now I got it at times 1 because, you know, I want to seed this field and I want to take care of the Total Mix food mixer. And I want to do it in the daylight for you guys, not record it at night because that can be kind of hard to see sometimes. Well, let me finish up this field here and I'll bring you back in a second and then we'll head on down over by the moo cows. And there we go. Barley and this field are all set. Like I said, unless it grows this fall, which the wheat could, the barley may not, but if it does, I'll fertilize it just, you know, just to save my time in the spring. But if I don't have time for it, it's not a big deal, because we'll have time to do it next year as well. Let's head on out. My little baby's dirty. Have to bring her back and wash her up. Along with the Seadrill. Nope, back up. Because when I'm here, I want to be able to gas up as well. Yeah, I'm kind of liking to set up a little bit with the pressure washer next to the fuel tank. Just gas up while you're washing off your vehicles and stuff. Yeah, it's too bad you can't empty your Seadrill when you're done with it. Wouldn't be good to leave the fertilizer and seed in there for 6 months until next spring. Sounds like she's still filling up. Or not. Okay. I was hearing things. That's why I kept washing. I'm like, oh, it sounds like it's still filling. No sense of rushing out of here. Back this thing right back in here where it fits nicely. And we'll bring the T8, we'll just back it up here. Alright. Nope. And yes. Actually, this thing is hogging through diesel fuel pretty quickly, down to about half a tank. I think we're right out of cab here because it's nice. I do love fall. It's my favorite season. Seeing all the trees change colors and the cool crisp air. The season that follows, not my favorite, winter, but you know, I do like it the first time the snow falls. It looks nice outside, but after about a month and a half of winter, it's like, all right, I've had it. So I'm probably going to fill up this trailer all the way. Just because... Actually, let me go down here. Probably better. Yeah, the mixer only holds 55,000 liters. This holds us a little bit more than that, but... for what it's worth... the mixer is going to go through it pretty quick. Well, not pretty quickly, but it'll use enough to where I can empty the trailer eventually. Before I do that, though, the cows don't need any, do they? No, they're good on power food for a few days, so... since I only got the one trailer. And right now, the price of silage down here, and even up there, it really sucks. It's like low 400s. Not that great of a price. I want to say it was FS15 where I think I had a John Deere front wheel loader and the bucket held like 20,000 liters, but it was like the mining, no, it was a Cat, sorry, it wasn't a John Deere, it was a Cat wheel loader. You want to talk about filling up trailers quickly with a 20,000 liter bucket. The engine was kind of loud, but as you would expect. So like we always do now, because we don't have that much silage here, when it comes time to sell it, we're going to try to leave like 100,000 to 200,000 liters of silage in here. Only because we're not going to be able to cut grass now until the first day of summer-ish, usually. It should be the first day of summer. So our silage has to last us that long. And I think we'll get to a point where we'll have one bunker of silage just always for the mixer. 77% full. That should be able to take another bucket, maybe two. You know, we're probably could start using the silo bunker at the moo cows. I don't know why I always say moo cows. I think it goes back to my childhood. You know, where I'm from, we got tons of cows. So you know, in the summer you couldn't resist when you were a kid to stick your head out the window and go moo. And yes, sometimes the cows do moo back. Obviously, at 97% full, it's not going to take a full bucket, but, you know, we'll fill it full. Why not? And you can go right back in there. Alright, I'm going to get follow me going here. And I'll meet you back by the mixer somewhere, somehow, over the rainbow. And here we are at the mixer. Gonna leave the truck off right there. That should fill up nicely. As you can see, it needs hay, it needs straw. Okay, it's not really going in the mixer, but you know. It's a simulator game. Give it a break. Alright, let's head on over to the JCB, which was following us nicely. dump the bucket off, get the bale spike, and start making some trips around. And once we get the Total Mix Rations mixer fully functional, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our Volvo truck, hook up that trailer tanker, fill up some liquid manure from the cows, and bring it over to the bio plant to make sure that, you know, that runs through the night while we sleep. Can I fit in here? I did leave myself enough room. Whew. That header's bigger than what you think it is. So I did start the day, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning when I started playing kind of a little bit. And no great demand yet today, which is interesting. Although there was one per spelt, and I think it was $1,000 per 1,000 liters, but we don't have any spelt. Let's see what the cows need. Okay. Well, okay, they're good for now. So first I'm going to grab some straw. Try to grab from this pile here. I don't know, looking in there, and I just start looking at the pile of straw and hay, it's like, does that look like enough? But it should be, because we only got 58 cows, so it should be. Actually, I can probably turn the speed back up to ×5 at least. It's not going to take us too long to where it gets to be dark. I think it gets dark right around like 1900 hours. Still have a good supply of hay and straw. And when I was filling this up, I was starting to do some math in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I got plenty of stuff, man. I mean, the cows only take, if they're completely empty, like 40,000 liters of this stuff. So, I mean, the mixer holds so much. I'm like, yeah, we got plenty. We got plenty. Now, it's not going to take all these bales. They can sit there and it'll take it when it's needed. Hopefully, that's my plan. Should. So I'm going to go park the JCB up, knock off the bale spike for now. Hopefully, anytime now, a great demand for silage at the BGA would be nice to get some cash. So we can buy the equipment that we know we need. I'm not going to bother putting the bucket on just yet. Just because I don't know what I'm going to use next. Great demand for rye wouldn't hurt either. It's actually rye and oat. Rye and oat. I don't think I've done oats yet. It's not going to take it all, but you know, take what you can. Oh, 800,000. Of course, why not? Alright, so the last thing we're going to do is I need to turn the lights off on the Volvo. It's the only thing about follow me. If you're in the Volvo, or any tractor for that matter, and you try to stop the follow me behind you, you got to hit kind of like the F button and it turns on your lights. Didn't really look to see how much slurry is here, but I remember they were in the 20,000s last time I checked, so it's not going to be that much of a tank. Where am I here? Let's turn this way. Actually 34,000 liters right now. That's almost just shy of 40,000, so that's 2/3 of a tank. Not bad, 38.1 thousand liters. Off to the bioprocessing plant. And here we are. Actually, it's almost, I'm only, just under 2,000 liters left to be processed, so kind of a good thing that we're here. And there we go. It's unloading, right? Yes. Alright, so artificial fertilizer just shy of 6,000. Same as that, so that's always the same. And the fuel, that is a decent amount of fuel for what you kind of go through. So hopefully by next spring, make sure we just keep bringing stuff here. I hope this takes digestate as well. Oh yeah, I did check before, it does. That's right. So digestate, slurry, and manure. I don't know why I just don't come here and check the totals, because 50,000 of each. Well, that's more than it's more than enough. But guys, that will do it for today on the Pacific Northwest. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I will see you next time on the Pacific Northwest in the beautiful fall. But until then, have a good one. Gotta make sure we close the gate.